Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of the Gridiron Glory here with Will and Tad, your hosts. We're going to talk about all things January football, all things, all 32 teams in the NFL. And today we're going to be discussing the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. The Patriots, they come away with the 23-16 win. In a game where the Bills, they for the most part, rested their starters. They did get Josh Allen in for one snap so he could preserve his streak of consecutive games started and whatnot. So he was in for one snap. Then you go in with Mitchell Trubisky and mostly all your other backups. Though I will say James Cook, he did play the game. He got 10 rushes, 28 yards, and a touchdown. But other than that, I mean, for the most part, you're seeing a lot of backups. Curtis Samuel, 7 for 52. Keon Coleman had a few catches. He's a starter. Damar Hamlin, obviously the big story there from
Yeah,
um seasons past. He had 6 tackles. So yeah, the Bills, they'll be going into the playoffs. They finished the year 13-4. They're the 2 seed in the AFC, and seeing the attire of my co-host, that's who they'll be facing, the Denver Broncos. So they'll be hosting Denver. One of the Bills, they'll be one of the teams looking to take down the Chiefs, but first they have to get by a very strong defense with the Broncos. And any takes on that as we go into the game, Mr.
yeah.
Wicker?
I'm just excited. Um, Josh Allen's a hell of a quarterback, and the defense is going to have to really get to him in that game. Like that game's going to have to be won by our defense. It
Gonna
should
have to be
have to
one
be.
of the defense.
It'll be
I
tough.
mean,
It'll be super incredibly hard in a hostile Bills environment.
a very strong front seven for Denver. Obviously one of the better. It could potentially be the defensive player of the year in Pat Surtain going up against the MVP and Josh Allen.
Yeah,
So just a lot of excitement there. So that's what you have to look forward to for the Buffalo Bills. They will be continuing their season as the 2 seed. Flipping the page, the New England Patriots, they will obviously not be continuing their season. They had a 4-13 year. They win this week, week 18, and that win moves them out of the number one pick, and now they'll be the number four pick. And just a lot of questions about the direction of the New England Patriots. I mean, you're clearly on a rebuild. Like going into this year, it was clearly a rebuild. That was clear to both of us, right? That they're
clearly a rebuild.
trying to rebuild this franchise. You draft Drake May and you give him a chance to take the reins and you try to establish a culture. You hire a head coach in Gerard Mayo that's supposedly supposed to be the guy to instill the culture of this team, and then
And to be
fire
honest,
him
this
after
is
one year.
I want to say that this is a slap in the face to Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick
Yeah.
handpicked Gerard Mayo to be this guy. Gerard Mayo, who was also a player in Bill Belichick's system for years and years, and even won multiple Super Bowls with him. So you're almost slapping Bill Belichick's judgment
Yeah.
right in the face by going out here and saying, we don't trust you to be a part of this rebuild even though you were making steps in the right direction. I mean, you beat the Bengals in week one. You get a win like this. It's like these rebuilds do not happen overnight. And just Robert Kraft, it's like, dude, I mean, you just had
Not his
all the
best moment.
success in the world for 2+ decades, and you were in the right direction to rebuild this franchise and rebuild this team. I'm calling Robert Kraft out and saying, like, what are you doing, man? Like,
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, it was just a totally nonsensical move. I mean, if you were expecting if your expectation was that you were hoping the Patriots would compete this year, then I mean, I question what you know about football at this point. I mean, no disrespect to Robert Kraft, the guy who's orchestrated a dynasty, but it seems he's clearly off his game at this point. I there's really no logic here. I mean, you have a very young team with some pieces you're building around. Drake May could be a phenomenal quarterback. defensive players. You got some very strong defensive players like Gonzalez, you got Ellis, Godchow. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of potential.
They did Gerard Mayo very dirty.
They did very dirty, and I mean just very unfortunate. And now they'll be looking for a new coach, unfortunately. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll give him a year. I don't know how long they'll give this next guy. I mean,
Yeah, I
after
mean, Tad,
if,
there's nobody else to blame here except Robert Kraft in the front office. I
the
mean,
way I see it,
that's who you blame for a situation like this, and
if
it's sad.
I am a coach looking at this organization, I see what they did to Gerard Mayo, and I'm thinking, man, would they do the same thing to me if I don't rebuild
I
this
mean,
in like one season? I mean, I wouldn't want to coach for a franchise like this if I was considering my options.
no, no, this is absolutely horrendously sad to see.
Absolutely horrendously sad to see. Definitely you hate to see this. Not what you want to see. One
Horrendously sad to see.
One bright spot in the dark cloud that is the New England Patriots. We should shout out Joe Milton in his NFL debut, his first start, going 22 of 29, 241 and a touchdown. Obviously, he's been the third string guy for most of the year, and to go out there and make his NFL debut, that's a big moment for him. Obviously, he gets a touchdown pass, a touchdown run. He gets that touchdown pass to Kayshawn Boot, the young receiver. On after seeing this performance from Joe Milton, I do humbly and sincerely ask where you'd rank him amongst third string quarterbacks after just seeing one start.
After just seeing one start, I mean, he's no Tanner McKee, but I would probably rank him maybe in the 2 or 3 spot amongst third string quarterbacks behind Tanner McKee.
Yeah, and that's Joe Milton there, the rookie out of Tennessee. So we'll see what the future holds for this young man, the sixth round draft pick. Obviously, Drake May is their franchise quarterback, and he will continue to be the franchise quarterback. But
It,
we'll see
it's
if Joe Milton can carve
to
out a
focus
role.
on anything else because of the stupidity of the front office. And you're doing a great job right now of like mentioning the players. I'm just stewing so hard about the front
Yeah.
office. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. I mean, I get it. I just wanted to give Joe Milton his flowers, but
Yeah,
with all that being said, like you said, that just a complete travesty of justice by the Patriots and what they've done. And I mean, it was obvious to mostly everyone that Mayo deserved a fair chance. This wasn't a fair chance. I think we can all agree that this wasn't fair. You can't expect him to turn the roster that they had into a playoff contending team in one year. I mean, that wouldn't be fair for anyone. You couldn't have prime Bill Belichick turn this roster into a playoff team.
no, yeah, you got guys like Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, Demario Douglas, Kendrick Bourne. There was even times where he had some flashy moments. Hunter Henry. I mean, you had some talented pieces here. I mean, Jacoby Brissett even being the backup for say, or I mean, when he was, whatever, what do you want to call it there? And then, yeah, like, and I mean, there were some solid pieces on the defense. It's like you had the pieces here. If you gave Gerard Mayo another season or two, he could have. It's like these things don't happen overnight.
This is a very young team, and this is a team that they would have needed time to build together. And I mean, it feels like they never really got that chance, and now we'll see what they do next. If I'm looking at what from a roster perspective, if I'm looking at what they would do, I would probably look at adding into the wide receiver room, potentially adding into the front seven. But I'd say I'd look at a wide receiver first. But I mean,
Yeah,
after
and I
seeing
mean,
what they've done, after seeing what the Patriots have done, I don't really trust their front office to make any decisions.
well, and I mean, you don't know if there was anything that was going on behind the scenes. I always say that, but I definitely don't. I mean,
Yeah,
regardless, you don't do a head coach like that.
yeah, it's just definitely a head scratching move, and I mean. Now there's just so many questions about what they're going to do next in the offseason. I mean, there's really it's
I mean, the next guy,
interesting.
maybe this is a secret way to bring Bill Belichick back. For all we know, jokingly.
Jokingly, I mean, like you said though, after they slapped him in the face and do what they did to his successor, the guy that he picked, I don't know that he'd want to come back to this mess.
I mean, Bill Belichick literally handpicked this guy. Like, like you're calling Bill Belichick a dummy? Like he saw something in Gerard Mayo. It's like so you just don't know, but it's sad to see. And yeah, good luck to the Bills next week. Patriots. This new guy you bring out better be like pretty awesome, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Otherwise you look like if you come out like if they hired the next head coach and he's like wins a bunch of games, they look like geniuses. But if not, then they look like bigger idiots than they do now. So I don't know.
yeah, not a good look. We'll see what the offseason holds for the Patriots. A lot of
Yeah.
big decisions to be
And
made.
I,
So
and I just want to apologize to the Patriots fans watching this that have to endure this. That you guys have to endure this as a as a fan base. I mean, I can't believe I'm even saying this as a Broncos fan, but like, yeah, you guys were at one point for two dynasties one of the greatest franchises. You don't expect maybe to be at that level now, but you expect to be a lot better than this. And you guys don't deserve this as fans. So I'm sorry to hear it for you guys and see it for you guys.
yeah, so thank you all for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, and follow the Gridiron Glory content. We'll bring you Super Wild Card weekend next week featuring the Bills and the Broncos. Obviously, best of luck to your team in that game, Will.
Get it?
And looking obviously forward to the next offseason, the draft, and then we'll recap all of that early preseason and that'll be the next time we focus on the Patriots. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a coach by then. Maybe they won't. Who knows? Maybe Robert Kraft will coach the team himself. Who knows at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.